Before we ask you the questions about the situation in South Sudan, I would ask you, I'm coming also in the name of the aid to the church in need.
Yes, okay, welcome.
And I would ask you to send a message to the benefactors in Portugal about the situation of the Christian community in South Sudan and the importance of solidarity, international solidarity toward that community.
Okay,
Situation.
thank you very much. I think some people are still thinking that we are one country. Uh, we have been independent for at least 11 years, since 2011, where there are now two countries, South Sudan and Sudan. And unfortunately, the two countries are still emerging from war, and another one has a hot war ongoing. And many of our Christians brothers and many of the Muslims brothers also have been is scattered, especially from Sudan. Our many churches have been bombed, and all the churches in Khartoum have been damaged. All the parishes, all the all the offices have been all destroyed. And so I would like people to understand that this opportunity for telling you the real thing that is happening in Sudan and South Sudan. Certainly, South Sudan has now become a safe haven for Sudanese who are running from the north to South Sudan. And so they have taken refuge. Even some of the South Sudanese who were remaining in the north have come back to South Sudan in order to take refuge. And so they are sharing life together with their brothers in South Sudan. We do not differentiate now whether this is from the north or from the south. So we let people enter. The government of South Sudan also cooperated from the very beginning. It says that all the people should be accepted to South Sudan. Open the borders. And so now we have big, huge numbers of people entering in. Some are at the border, some have already entered Juba, where they are put in the camps, and the needs are so enormous that we need really to appeal to the international bodies that let them come to help these people who are really displaced. They don't have food, they don't have water, they don't have tents, and the basic things. They left everything behind. They ran only for their own lives. And so there is enormous needs in South Sudan now presently.
Do you think after the visit of Pope Francis and the Archbishop Justin Welby, there has been more attention from the international community on the reality of South Sudan or not?
As for me, I was supporting the coming of the Holy Father. There were people who tried to say, no, let him not go there. But I supported it until the end, and the Holy Father came in February. That was like an eye opener. It opened the eyes of the international body to know what is in South Sudan. You cannot learn things from outside, you learn from inside. And so that was like opening us to the whole world in order to understand South Sudan is already a nation capable also of receiving the Holy Father. People thought that they were going to fight during the reception. No, but it was very peaceful. And I thank all the people who are involved and also the Holy Father for insisting to come to South Sudan. I really have credit for the visit of the Holy Father to South Sudan. Secondly, it helped us to get strengthened as a church together, ecumenical communities together. As the three leaders arrived, it was like cementing the whole churches together. Our relationship with the different denominations has always been very good. And so when the Holy Father came, it was like cementing our relationship. And I experienced there is a lot of changes among the people, the faithful, the people of different denominations. And the reason why we need for peace and work for peace among ourselves is now becoming very strong. And we hope that the peace negotiation that is going on in Rome here in San Egidio will be a reality so that the peace finally comes to South Sudan. Uh,
You spoke already about the consequences of the war in Sudan,
yes.
but are you afraid that the war could spread in other countries, mainly in your country also?
Yeah, I know war is contagious. We hope that we contain this war within Sudan, because if it is spreads to our country again, there will be a double displacement. And that's why the regional body like IGAD and the African Union is trying its level best to bring the two parties to negotiate or to sign peace. What is unique with this war in Sudan, it is started in the capital. And so it affected many people who have been staying peacefully in their life in Sudan. But now a lot of problems have been created by this war, and a lot of people are running out of Khartoum to South Sudan, to Ethiopia, and to Egypt, and to Central Africa, and also to Chad. A lot of needs are needed for people displaced. There is always the potential of war spreading. May it spread even to South Sudan, who knows? May it spread to Chad, may also spread to other countries. But I hope, I pray that senses will come to people so that they really sit down to negotiate for peace.
And can the interreligious dialogue roles have a role in a peaceful solution?
I know interreligious dialogue has been always important. I know it, and but in this case, it is a political conflict, especially in South Sudan and Sudan. These are political issues. Interreligious and dialogue, as such, has always helped people to come together in order to see the common things that we can share, and that can what can unite us together. And the role of interreligious dialogue in Sudan and South Sudan is important, is still, because there are also the group of the fundamentalists, especially in Sudan, who are not ready to give in easily, because they think that war is the way of solving problems. And I hope through dialogue we can solve those political problems. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank you very
you.
much.
Thank you indeed.
Congratulations.
Thank